Hi everyone, welcome to BohoMystic. My name is Marinelly. And if you guys are returning, thank you so much for supporting this channel. Welcome back, guys. And if you're new here, we'd love for you guys to join the fam. Absolutely. So today's reading is all about what the universe wants to tell you. I'm doing 3 groups. I do trust if you found this video and you've been called to watch this video, there is a message for you. So let me show you the tarot decks I've chosen for each of the pick a cards, and you can choose which one calls to you. So for group 1, we're going to have the Halloween Tarot. Group 2 is going to be the Memento Mori Tarot. And group 3 is the Happy Halloween Tarot. So you guys choose, and I'll see you there. Bye. Hi, group 1. Welcome to your reading. I did a short meditation after I pulled out your oracle decks, and it was really interesting. So these images may be synchronicities for people watching. I haven't pieced it together yet, and I haven't looked at anything, of course. So it all started off with the bat. I actually have to say the entire theme of the meditation was a bat, not several bats, one bat, cute bat, and it's flying. And then I thought of, I couldn't remember the kids' movie, but I just did, and it's Hotel Transylvania. I saw them a long time ago with my nephews. So like the dad and daughter become bats. And they're really adorable, or she was really adorable as a bat. That's the bat that I was seeing in my vision. And then that bat became a hummingbird, but then that hummingbird, as it was flying, became just a small bird, and it was in a nest, just looking out, to the horizon. And I felt like it was looking out to like sunrise or sunset, something, because the way it was like perched in its nest looking out. I don't know what kind of bird it was. It was a rounder bird, but it was small. And then I got the face of Batman. So just the head and the mask that Batman wears. So that's what I got for you guys. It's funny. I was just looking down here to see if these are bats, but they're not. They're black cats. And like a spider coming down. And I chose a dog deck. So, yeah, I don't know. Let's take a look at these charms. Maybe they'll, I don't know, make sense of my vision. I'm really interested to see how that comes out in the reading, because my meditations always do in some way. Okay. And if it's a synchronicity for someone who's watching Batman, someone who just watched Hotel Transylvania, I would love to hear. I would. Okay. Let's take a look at these. We have a lot in here. All right. We have a peacock. I have 2 of these. One without this little ball, so just the loop, and one with a ball. And this means an attachment or a shadow aspect that needs to be worked through. So this was around these 3. So we have a cross. We have a giraffe with number 18. I thought maybe it was the Eiffel Tower for a second, but it's a giraffe. And the Judgment card. This is bringing to mind a reading I did. I think it's with the higher self readings or pick a card, where I think one of the groups were having difficulty in leaving a religious background or childhood behind, or having issues with that. And I wonder if that's the same. I mean, with the giraffe, I'm looking at, seeing above and beyond what's around you. Being able to see. And I just got sticking out your neck in a situation where you may feel judged. A hangman quality to the giraffe, of course. It's a higher perspective. And the hangman also implies sacrifice. And of course, the cross or the crucifix also does. But the fact that it's with this, it's holding you back in some way. Or you feel like you've sacrificed too much in your life. And you're waiting for the payout. Then you have the Wheel of Fortune. Maybe your fortune is coming from maybe you will be getting maybe that's what the universe is saying, that you're going to be receiving finally, because I also see a star here. And we originally had the peacock. So you've been seen, or your efforts have been seen, your sacrifices have been seen. And if you stuck your neck out for someone, or stood up for someone, or defended a worthy cause, karma will turn in your favor for doing what's right. And then we have another token, number 44. And it's a big plant, like a small shrub that was kind of pruned into two balls. What I'm getting with this shrub, this pruned, coiffed shrub, is it's again karma, 44, 8. I mean, it's taken time. It's taken time for it to have grown to a state where it can be shaped. Like the Lenormand tree. It can imply time, patience, longevity. But yeah, I definitely think you've been waiting for something. Or maybe you feel like you've been judged so harshly by the universe. Wow. Where you've been kind of having frustrations and doubts. And when and where am I going to get my manifestations, my self-actualization, my awakening? I feel like there's been a struggle, a dam built around you. It's like your angels and your guides saying, we've noticed, it's been noticed, your hard work and your sacrifice, and that judgment day is coming for you. You'll be able to be elevated to where you deserve to be. It is coming. It absolutely is. So let's figure out what else we have for you. Let me get some of these oracle cards for you, and I'll be right back. All right, group one, let's do your tarot on camera. For group one, please, Spirit. Anything else? Group one. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have 10 of bats. it's coming to an end. Your judgment day is coming. Underneath that, we have the Two of Pumpkins. Yeah, all the work and juggling that you've done has been seen and is the reason why you're making your way out and through to the light. One more, no more. The Tower. All right, this is breaking there, and I want to see what it is. The Five of Imps. Yeah. Maybe a clash. Maybe wow. Maybe you sticking out your neck for someone or for a cause, or saying things the way they are, or just being really honest and straightforward, kind of brings in a Tower moment, kind of creates discomfort in a social setting, in a social group. But that is essentially what's going to push you out of the stasis that you're in, or that you feel that you're in. Bottom of the dog deck, we have belonging, find your pack. And underneath there, we have excellence, do your best. I think you've been doing your best. I do. I think that you have been really struggling with the fact that you have been doing your best and you haven't felt like you've been rewarded for it. But I do feel like it's coming. And then underneath this deck, we have, this is the Memento Mori Oracle, the Scythe. That sharp ending. Again, when I think of the bats and I think of these being the swords, right? This is the Ten of Swords. I feel like you have been under siege, not only by your own frustrations, but by your own self-doubt. Like, not thinking that you've done enough, or how far do I have to push the envelope in order for me to be seen? How far do I need to push a conversation so that I can be heard? And I think that you have, it's like I just got an image of a dog running after its own tail. It's like as though you have tired yourself out. You worked tirelessly running after your own tail, which you're not going to get, right? Into exhaustion. Maybe that's the Tower. You've been doing this for a long time. Whatever it is that you have felt like you've been running around in circles, same thing, different day, is coming to an end. This scythe is going to come, and it's going to put an end to this agony. Maybe you've come to a breaking point, because now I'm looking at the cross as your faith and your steadfastness and patience, utter patience in trying to stay true to your cause. Be the best person, do the right thing, even when everyone else is not. So much so that it's felt like a weight, right? Being this good person, or being a good person, or being someone with a moral fiber has really been weighing you down, right? It's like been a ball and chain for you. And I think that you were almost at a breaking point where you were like, I can't do it anymore. And maybe that's when you started to self-doubt. Doubt the universe. Get angry. Get angry with, I don't know. Get angry with source, with all that is. Because you find yourself not understanding why things are the way they are around you. Yeah, I definitely want to flesh out what this is, because underneath here we have perfume. Oh, and I just got masking a scent. And it's like looking pretty. Like you're done wearing a mask. Maybe that's what's going to happen. If this is where you're at a breaking point in some kind of social setting, in some kind of an environment at work, even at home, those that you surround yourself with, family, politically, like there's something here. And it's like you're done masking your scent. You're done being innocuous. You're done hiding and cowering, and you're done. I keep getting, you are done. Like you want the raw and authentic you to be set free. Maybe you feel like you're going to say things you normally wouldn't say, or take a stand when you haven't in the past, or defend something or someone when you always wanted to but just couldn't, or felt afraid to, or you felt that you would be judged for. Cup and poppet. Yeah, I think that you feel like you yourself have been a puppet. You've been a doll. You've been manipulated, and you're done being manipulated. You are done being played with. You are done. This is very empowering, and this could actually even be a group of you that are very political, or want to be politically, or are politically motivated. Right? Maybe some of you have been demonstrating and fighting the good fight, and like, and you feel, and it's something that you've never done before, but you find yourself needing to express yourself and stand up for something that you truly believe in, and you don't want to hide that part of you anymore. All right. You know, Batman and the bats. And I was going to say, you know, bats are nocturnal. And maybe you've been keeping parts of you in the dark, and only a few people knew of your opinions and leanings, right? Because Batman always kept a mask on, so they wouldn't know he's Bruce Wayne. And maybe that's you. Maybe you're like, no, I want people to know I'm Batman and Bruce Wayne. I can be both. I don't need to hide one for the other. Really cool. Very, very neat. But you want to shine in your glory. You want to shine in who you truly are. I mean, you have the star and the peacock. I mean, you're doubling down on your authenticity and being seen. Let's take a look at the cards and see what they say. All right. We have dreaming. Dream big. Lots of bones in front of him, and he's licking his chops. I think you need to dream big, and I think you need to go back to dreaming big, because things are going to start changing for you. We have glove. The key, and it has a skull on there. Salt. A lot of protection. The glove. Here's salt. Lilies. No, this is also coming from maturity. And the star. Wow. So group one, I really think that you need to start dreaming big again. I think you need to go for it. whatever this dream of yours is, whatever you are desperate to do, it's time. Like, I think it's taken so long because a certain maturity or growth, right, with this tree and also with the lilies. I think that there was growth needed before you were able to make the decision to be so truly transparent and authentically yourself. That happens quite often, especially when you have other things in your life that you're responsible for, or other areas of your life where you don't want certain judgments potentially to affect your reputation or your income or your status somewhere. Sometimes we don't truly appreciate how difficult it can be to live authentically. What I just got with the gloves is like how in Victorian times someone would take off their glove and slap someone with it, right? Like asking for a duel. I think you're ready to stand your ground. I think you're ready to, I think that you've reached the point to go and be this new version of yourself that you've been desiring to be, to live authentically in a way that you've never done before, to live openly, in a way that you've never done before. Because something, it will happen. You will have a tower moment. Something is going to happen where you're going to potentially be pushed towards this, or where you yourself will step up to the plate and just state the way things are. I could see this also as a person coming out, finding your pack, finding like-minded individuals, finding others that have gone through what you've gone through. And I think that you're ready to throw down. You're ready to take that glove and don't do that, metaphorically speaking. Yeah, and I think that you feel like you are strong enough and protected enough, safe enough within your environment, or you've built up your reputation to a point where it can handle being criticized a bit. People know who you are and they're not going to fall for cheap tricks and stupid insults. I think you've had a lot of growth, and that's where the patience has come in. And you're ready to stop hiding an aspect of yourself. You know, I always talk about how tarot gives us the energetic frequency, that it gives us the theme, the story behind all of this, all of these cards, all of this. You know, it's going to resonate in so many different ways. But what I do know is that you are wanting the world to be a better place with the star. I think you want the world to resemble what you have in your heart, who you truly are. And I think that's where you're going. Yeah. I think that you're going to be uncovering or unmasking the Batman version of you. And if this is empowerment through coming out, and you've been living two lives, and you can't do that anymore. You want one life. You want to be just who you are. You don't want to have to hide from half of the people in your life who you truly are. I know it's a huge decision, and it takes a lot of courage. But I think that you'll be surprised at how many people will support you. And I just want to say that however you resonate with this reading, the universe is rising up to meet you where you're at. You have the key. You also had the salt. Even the gloves, in my first feeling was protection. You are being given the key to this new life, to this new version of you, to this new path that you want to take. It's like you're being given the key to open the gate down that winding path that you've been admiring for so long. And you are so protected, my loves. You are. It's taken time, but don't be discouraged by that, because you have amassed so much wisdom. And I want to say goodwill over the years, potentially, to get you to this point. So, my dear group one, I am sending you such a big hug, and so much strength to get through this next push. Don't lose hope. Dream big again. You've never been abandoned. The universe has been here. It's just been waiting. It's like this had to gestate. This had to grow enough legs to support you in the near future. Yeah. All my love always. Bye. Hi, group two. Welcome to your reading. So I did a small meditation, and it was really interesting. So I saw what looked like an X, but it wasn't an X, right? It turned out to be like 3 prongs, or like 3 blades, and they started turning. And I thought of a wind farm. You know how they have the 3 blades on the windmills, the modern ones. But then it went down to more of a rural, maybe farm windmill. But then I thought, is this also a water mill where it uses the water to move the mill, move the parts of the mill for milling? And then this is the crazy part. I then saw 2 of these things come out, and it looked like 2 beaters, like on a handheld mixer. But then I'm like, are those like robotic arms instead of a handheld mixer? So I'm thinking future, right? So I started with the windmills, which is future focused. And then it showed me the olden day windmills and water mills. And then I thought I saw beaters, which is a handheld mixer. And then those 2 beaters look like telescopes, or look like, telescopes, or eyes looking out to the heavens. And then I thought, well, those are definitely telescopes. But at first they look like telescoping telescopes, maybe like what people used to use on ships in the days of yore, right? Like what a pirate would have, or a ship's captain would have, to look out in the distance. But there were 2 of them. But then they became metal, and I knew that they were telescopes. And then as I was getting a huge rush of future focus, future, the earth moves and opens up, and another telescope is coming out of the ground. Yeah, so that was a first for me. But there is something here super duper about being future focused, about the evolution of how things were done in the past and where they are today. There's a yearning and looking out towards the heavens, to the stars, like wanting to know more. And there's a yearning, that's the word, because I felt the yearning to look in those telescopes. The hand mixer with the beaters, I don't know. I'm just thinking motion, 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 motion. Because the windmill in the beginning was moving and it's motion. Maybe it's like fast forward. Oh, fast forwarding. So is this something the universe, so is the universe speaking to you about something that's been fast forwarded, something that will be fast forwarded, that you should be future focused and not living in the past? Or that what you may have thought was the end all and be all in the past can be improved upon and excel more in the future than you ever thought possible. Oh, I just got, maybe this, because it's all like science, maybe this is a postulate or a thesis or an idea or an invention or something that you've come up with a long time ago, and you are being guided to see the evolution or not hold so tightly on what you thought was possible or the suppositions you made in the past, to be more malleable to the changes of time, because there is a place in time for your creation coming up soon. Well, that's a lot of extrapolation. Absolutely. That was really cool. Let's take a look at these charms. I'm really now wanting to know what's going on. Let's get the glasses on. All right. Okay. Oh, I see one. Cool. All right. This is really neat. Yeah, what I said about you being led to become something far greater, or an idea you had being led to be something far greater than you ever thought possible. But you do need to change or be open to changing something that you probably don't want to in order to get there. So this black ribbon for me is like a mourning band that people would wear in certain cultures. But this is grief. This is death. This is dying. This is the ending of something, right? The evolution. And then I thought grieving process. Oh, that could be for someone. But if we continue on here, we have this spider that's in an ice cube, right? It's been frozen in time. Like the original windmills, like the original water mill. And the small telescopes that a ship's captain would have or a pirate would have, to the enormous ones that are, underground. It's like as though something that you have had, something about you that's been stuck in time. I could definitely see this as grieving too. Something that's been stuck in time. You are being guided to move forward. You are being guided to evolve forward and to be future focused. I can't lose sight of that. And if this is grieving, I am so sorry. But I would say this would be someone who's been grieving for a long time. Someone that hasn't been able to find sure footing in life again since the passing of a loved one. Someone that's been stuck for a long time. And you'll know if that resonates with you. If it's not grieving, this definitely could be a person who started a novel 20 years ago and decides to pull it out of the desk and start working on it again. But of course, the details potentially that you were writing about in 1994 don't resonate today, so it has to be tweaked. It can't be exactly how you wanted it to be. Something like that. Or maybe you weren't able ever to find traditional publishing or even an agent, but now there's self-publishing and you're like, well, maybe I'll do self-publishing, even though it goes against everything that you have in your body about wanting to do it like a true author or how things used to be in the past, and you're living in a nostalgic way regarding how an author should be discovered and all of that. That could be something like this. And someone can say, well, do you want your book published and be out there? Or do you want it to stay in a desk for the rest of your life? Yeah. Then we have number 46, and it's a camera. And these are the memories tied. This will go with everything. These are the memories tied to who you were, how you wanted things, your beliefs, your opinions. It's time for you to reflect upon changes around you and how do they influence you today. It's kind of like taking an inventory of self, of where you can improve upon, where you can fine tune areas that will help you move forward. This could be something as giving up the ghost of an old vehicle, or updating your home in a way that reflects today's aesthetic. I mean, there's something here about taking you from a stagnant photo to the future. Yeah. And there is no judgment for me. I am just reading and telling you what I'm getting. I understand how we can be so tied to who we were, to how things were, that it's so difficult to move on. I'm just giving you the message. Yeah. And this is the 46th, like I said in the beginning, at 10. We're at the end. You are being pushed out of your comfort zone now. It's now. Then we have a token here. Oh my gosh, what did I just say? It's number 17, which is an 8. Karma. It's time. It is a clock with wings on it on both ends. This is crazy. It's time. Thank you, Spirit. It's time. The time is now. The time is now. It's like if you miss out on this window, it may be a while for this window to come back. There's something energetically and maybe even astrologically that's happening right now that is setting you up for this breakthrough, for this breaking the glass ceiling I just heard. Upgrading your phone from a flip phone from, I don't know, 10 years ago. Like something like that. It's time. You're being given the opportunity to upgrade your life in some way. Wow. That's interesting. And then we have a guitar pick. And what I find interesting is that it's from the jewelry line Pandora. So that may be a synchronicity for someone. But I also want to say Pandora's box, right? Maybe you're scared to open Pandora's box because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if you'll be able to survive it. You don't know if you'll be successful. You know, are you letting fear hold you back? Well, then I thought of Pandora from Avatar, the movie. Is it Avatar? I think so. How future focused is that? Maybe you're a musician and you started writing a song a long time ago and you're being called to pick up the guitar again and start strumming along to a new stanza. I don't know the terminology, but you know, like maybe it's time to pick up that song and add a few more lines to it, or give it a good listen and see if you can find a hook that will work today. Maybe you can sell the song. Yeah. And then we have, wow, the sun. The sun. This is a witch's rune. Oh my goodness. Absolutely. The gods are favoring you. I just heard. The gods are favoring you right now. It's about the time. The time is now. I can feel that 100%. So I hate to say it, but it's kind of like you're willing to do it or you're not. I can feel the hesitation of a lot of you. And I can feel the paralysis. That's what it is. The paralysis. And it's not analysis paralysis. No. It's paralysis from the fear of failure. Yeah. If this is grieving and this is you finally after 5 years deciding or having maybe a fledgling desire to want to date again or move out of the home that you shared with this person because it weighs you down, or finally cleaning out that closet that's been the same way, or the room that's been the exact same way for like 10 years. There is something like that here for those that are grieving. Again, this is not a recent passing. This is someone that has become frozen in time, right? Frozen in time. And I just got, I don't even know if they make them anymore. They used to sell like a metal plate that supposedly melted ice and frozen things very quickly when you would put the ice or frozen object on it quickly. I just got that picture of that metal plate. Maybe someone has one. I mean, it's a long time ago. It was probably from like the early 2000s, late 90s, maybe early 2000s, that I remember seeing something like that. So if that's synchronicity for you, this is your reading. Do not walk away from this reading. This is your reading. Wow. I just got, we need to unfurl this grief. The ball. You see what I did? I rolled this up and I felt like I needed to unfurl it. Like get you back on the path that you're supposed to be on. Not allow you to be all in knots anymore regarding this. To accept this death and rebirth cycle to finally play out. The rebirth part, definitely. Well, let's see how the cards come out. Group 2, this is a great reading. I think a lot of you maybe have been waiting for a sign. I'm getting that too. Maybe a lot of you have been waiting for a sign that it's now or never, or you've been feeling like it's now or never, or you just been approached by someone that you got butterflies with, or you've been approached by someone who knew that you used to be an artist or a writer, or someone has showed interest in something that you haven't used in like 20 years, and they're willing to buy it from you, but even though you don't use it, you don't want to part with it because of the memories attached. Yeah, I think synchronicities are all over you guys. They're in your vicinity. I think that you are having them yourself, like you're having the thoughts. And you may be really heightened right now. Your intuition may be really heightened right now during this month. So let me get some oracles and I'll be right back with the tarot. All right, group 2, let's get you some tarot. For group 2, please, Spirit. What does the universe want group 2 to know? What further messages do we have? Anything else? All right. Bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Swords. Yeah. Yeah, this is you. You're a lightning rod right now with ideas, epiphanies. It's like all of a sudden you're just thinking about something you haven't thought about in a long time. I feel like you're a light bulb that's been turned on. Or you will be feeling this way very soon. Or it's like, wow, I remember that. Or I had this amazing idea. Maybe I'll work on that as a research project. Maybe I'll do my thesis on this. Or you're just stuck in a rut in school in your program, and out of the blue, something happens. An interaction between two people, a conversation, a word, something. And it just sparks an idea immediately on something. Yeah, that's how it's going to work for you. It really will. Underneath that, we have the 5 of Cups. And it is leaving behind this sadness. It's leaving behind this, what you may even consider an obligation to keep mourning. If we go scholastically, if this is a postulate, a thesis idea, research idea, this could be you stuck with having to prove someone else's theory for them, or being stuck in providing and working on a project that you don't believe in, or it's not yours. Like you want to do your own thing, but you kind of feel obligated to work on someone's idea. Or if that's how you entered the program in this field of study, you're afraid to change fields of study, maybe. And if it's grief holding you back and an obligation to the memory, there's so much there to unpack, because that's not what your loved one would want for you. You're not meant to stay in here forever. Grief will always be there. Healing will be lifelong. It evolves and changes, and has to, as you do, throughout your life. In the bottom of the deck of the first oracle, we have body and his chakra colors all the way up and down the tree body. This is you aligning with yourself. This is aligning you right now, right here in the present, pulling yourself from the past and being future focused from here. Like finding and grounding, pulling yourself together, pulling all your materials that you've been keeping hidden or in boxes in the attic, and dispersing it. I'm getting like dispersing like seeds. You're meant to flower. You are meant to flower at this point in your life, group 2. Underneath here, we have value. This is you learning to value what it is that you have to offer today, and in turn in the future. Not being held back by your insecurities and about what you lost. And not definitely from the fears. Don't be held back by your fears of inadequacy, of failure, because you're going to swim, you're going to shine, right? The sun is shining down upon you. Grace is being given to you. Your next steps are being illuminated for you. All you have to do is take the first step. And then we have chiromancy. This is you divining your own path. How funny is that? It's reading the palms, right? But I think it's even more than that. I was just going to say, when I put this deck down, that you're not, that for those that this resonates, you will have been experiencing something piercing through old dreams and old failures and old grief. Like, you will easily acknowledge that you've been feeling like something more has been on the horizon, or that you're being called towards the horizon when you normally are kind of go with the flow, don't rock the boat, same old, same old. I think, and I feel it myself, you want more. I think that you've been feeling like you've wanted more. And you may even be disappointed in yourself for wanting more. But you shouldn't. You wanting more is what illuminates you to your calling. It's what illuminates you to your happiness, to what it is you're here to do. And also to give you happiness, for you to enjoy your life, for you to excel at who you are. It starts with wanting more and knowing that you have more to offer. And you do, group 2. You absolutely do. Underneath there, we have cemetery. Vacant and occupied. How funny is that? If you're in the grieving section, I think it's time for tough talk. Have you been occupying a place in the cemetery that is not yours? Not yet, anyway. You're not meant to be there. You're not meant to be there. I think Source, the universe, I think your angels, your guides, they're saying that loud and clear. That was your loved one's path, not yours. Okay. And no, too much time has not gone by for you not to start your life again. Baby steps. You deserve it. You deserve to get excited about things. You deserve to try something new. You deserve to rekindle old loves, to do things that you haven't done in a long time, to say goodbye to things that surround you that make you unhappy. Yes, the memories are attached, but in the end, I think they're making you unhappy. So let's take a look at your cards. Instinct. Absolutely. I think your instincts are super lit right now. I think you feel this, you know this. You haven't gone through like the whys and all that, but I think that there's been rumbling in your soul for this type of change. You're coming out of stasis. Momentum. Yep. This is amazing. Harmony and overthinking. Yeah, this is you. The overthinking is you. I am putting the overthinking with instincts. I think that you have been over, I think that you, I think this reading is going to make you overthink things. I do feel a lot of people experiencing guilt. And it can be in many different ways. It doesn't just have to be with grieving the loss of someone. If it's changing and becoming a different person, if it's doing something different, if it's leaving one social activity or social group for another, if it's leaving one career for another, if it's leaving one discipline for another, if it's no longer being what you've been for the past 20 years, your overthinking is going to kick in high gear. And I think what you're being told to do is let your instincts guide you. And then you have spirit board. Wow. And we had chiromancy. Wow. A lot of you guys may be coming online with a lot of gifts. Or again, like I said before, you are very in tune right now with your higher self. And I definitely think the supernatural. I think you're in tune with the universe, with the energy that's around you, that's building up around you, right? With the momentum. I think that the momentum is the energetic momentum, the energetic frequency is so potent right now around you, group 2, that there's no way that you're not experiencing this, that you're not feeling this. You may not be able to put into words what it is, but I think that spiritually, energetically, you know that you are being raised to a higher vibration. And it may feel really uncomfortable, maybe, because you've been potentially flying so beneath the radar that you haven't felt so alive in a long time, with new ideas, with new inspiration. And it can be overwhelming. And with harmony, we have the Emperor. It's time. Wow. Again, it's time. This is for you to act now, soon. When you get this reading, it's a timeless reading. So whenever you watch this reading, you are being guided to start looking at how to build the life that's in your private dreams. That's the life that is calling you. Feeding the desires that won't leave you alone. It's time to start fulfilling your goals. This is you taking control and building that empire that you see yourself living in. But this is not you living in an empire built by someone else. This is you building your own empire at your harmonious frequency, in your frequency, in this new frequency. It's like you have an energetic signature right now that will help you and empower you to build out your present to get to the future that you want. I've seen it. My meditation was all of that. Everything I said is exactly what I've seen in these cards. They are acknowledging your past hurts, past endeavors, past failures, past successes, past everything. What they're saying is that's your past. It's time for you to live in your now and towards the hope of the future that you want to live. You can do this. You can do this. This would not be so clearly given to you if you could not do this. The gods are smiling down on you. I feel that so strongly. The sun wants to melt this ice cube where you're frozen in time, resurrect you. It's like resurrecting you. Like when they find preserved animals in the frozen tundra. It's time to resurrect you. Yes, you may feel out of place because you are from another time and era potentially. This could be for a group that's older in age. But I also think this is for a lot of people who are potentially in college or in their graduate studies or higher. Know that you have a purpose and have something to offer to this new age, into the future. There is something here about legacy, about you leaving a legacy behind. And it's a legacy that you haven't fully developed yet, and you're being pushed to start developing it. Yeah. But group 2, this was awesome. I hope that a lot of you take advantage of this momentum. You are being guided. You are being lured into this future for you. It's about letting yourself flow to it, with it, for it. I'd love to hear if any of you want to tell me what this is. If I hear from you or not, I want to wish you so much luck and tell you how absolutely proud I am of you for taking such a huge step in the right direction. And you're going to just be amazing at it. You will. And you're going to be happy. And I really want you to be happy. I want you to feel fulfilled. I want you to feel enlivened. I want you bursting with pride and happiness and all the wonderful things. So until next time, bye. Hi, group 3. Welcome to your reading. So I did a short meditation, and it all started out with a person doing an I love you sign in sign language. You really didn't see the person. It was just really the hand. And at first I thought, make sure that it was an I love you, not like a Mickey Mouse hand, but it wasn't. It was I love you. And then that person is holding what looked like a flame in their hand. And then from there, it looked like there was I don't know, like a bell jar or a glass in their hand. And they're able to see things, see people, a person walking and images. I'm like, is this you tapping into a gift? Maybe you're actually having some kind of clairvoyance or envisioning, seeing your future, or envisioning because of the fire, because that flame was really big in the beginning, and then it became the vision of people. But then there was a fairy under that glass. And there's still like flames around it, though. It wasn't just like a piece of glass. It's not just the glass on your hand. It felt like there was still, like it was still coming out of the fire that was in your hand. But then there was a fairy under the glass. She also was like flames. And then she comes out of there. Doesn't break the glass or anything. She just comes out of it. And the person who had her in the palm is looking at her, and she's flying and beautiful and red. And I'm thinking, is she also still a flame, or is she a flame? But there was red, I don't know, like embers and like red stars, red and gold speckled all around her. And then I'm thinking it's like kind of like Tinkerbell, like where she's like putting stardust or pixie dust or fairy dust everywhere. And then she flies away and it looks like she's not a comet, but she's leaving a trail of red behind her, around her, and she moves away. And it's really beautiful. It wasn't, there wasn't any negativity or any harm that was happening to the images in the glass jar. I think it was given to me that way so that I could see, that the person could see images, through the flames on their hand. And that's definitely prophecy. There is something about maybe even divination in this group, mysticism. And the fact that it's fairies, and we started out with the I love you sign. Maybe you're surrounded by fairies. You have a lot of love and childlike love around you. Or you feel very in tune with the fairy realm. You feel very in tune with Mother Gaia. But the fact that you're wielding fire could be that you're a fire sign, or something in you is being created, burgeoning forward. And it definitely could be a gift. Okay, so let's take a look at the charms. I got some oracle decks out for you. All right. Get my glasses on. All right. Oh my God. It's a crystal ball. A crystal ball with 3 crystals on the front of it. Yeah. Are you guys channeling? Are you using crystal balls? Oh, wow. Thank you, Spirit. That's amazing. Amazing, amazing. Then we have the body. These are Lego pieces, and this is the body, and it represents it represents being embodied, being grounded in nature, or the need for that. And what did I just say about you being in touch with the fairy realm and maybe even with Mother Gaia? You may be walking through realms. Okay. It is, well, it's a number 8, but it looks like a Matchbox car track in the figure 8 with number 42, which is 6, which is harmony, cooperation. It's like you veered onto your karmic path. It's like you're flowing and driving. You're in the lane of magic. And what did I say about you being in different realms? You're definitely tapped in. I think and you have to, this is going to resonate for those that know that they're tapped in, or those that are being called to more fully tap in to their gifts. And then we have the star. Yeah. You see the ether, but you're still firmly planted on the ground. This is quite beautiful. I feel this is for a group of you mystics out there that have been honing your skills. delving deeper into channeling, into feeling the ever-presence. Then we had number 40, and this is holly. Holly with some berries, number 40. On the other side of this, which was not up, is an octopus with 41. Holly. So maybe in December we're looking at something, the holiday season, then we're looking at something happening to you in December. The new year. Love, maybe. Maybe you're being, maybe you're being guided by the fairies. I'm just getting Cupid, right? Because we started out the entire meditation with the I love you sign. Maybe you're being guided to love. I mean, you can't ask for bigger heart opening, grounding like love. Love is love. Love is everything. Love is what opens doors. Love is what makes life palatable. And then this is green, the heart chakra. You may be colliding or being led by that fairy who is stoking your fire to a love, to a new love in December. Last one. Am I perfect? No. But am I trying to be a better person? Also no. That's interesting. That's funny. Do you feel like you're not worthy of love? Group 3. Do we have those in this group who are working on their spiritual paths, but one of their biggest karmic cycles is working through self-worth and inner child wounds? And self-love is one of them. It's the feeling of worthy of great love in your life. Because with the fairies, we do have, I touched upon that inner child or childlike wonder and love that comes from them. And maybe they're trying to stoke that in you, or trying to ignite passion within yourself for yourself. This is really beautiful. If you consider yourself a mystic or you don't, if you consider yourself a psychic, or if you consider yourself able to commune with the fairies, that does not exclude you from having to heal and work through human experiences and human wounds. It does not exclude you from having those wounds still, even as you grow those gifts. So I think a lot of you are on a beautiful mystical path, and it is part of your journey to heal. But I do think that fairy is bringing and trying to stoke love in your life. Either they're bringing you love, they're leading you to love, or they're fueling self-love, or helping you break the cycle of unworthiness when it comes to love. Yeah. So let me get you a couple oracles and I'll be back with the tarot. All right, group 3, let's get your tarot. All right, for group 3, please, Spirit. All right, bottom of the deck, we have Strength card. Yeah. Oh, wow. If you look at the lemniscat, or the number, like the 8 above the head of the lion, it looks just like this race card track. This is an inner child wound that this highly spiritual, highly mystical group is working through, or is being guided to work through. And fairies are extremely adamant and dogged to get their point across. That's what I'm getting. They're bringing you back to break this cycle. It's full circle again. Underneath that, we have the 7 of Cups. What I'm getting is you're getting distracted. It's like you're trying every vial, smelling every vial, every container. Even when you know it's not for you, you give it a second go or give it a second glance and think, well, maybe I can make it work. Wow, this is to do with unworthiness. Okay. I'm getting conversations, so forgive me. I'm going to just say what I'm seeing. It's as though you are willing to take anything that comes your way. And even if it's not a perfect fit for you, you're willing to take it and make it work. And then I got immediately, because that's what you've done all your life. You've never been bequeathed the perfect gift. You've never thought you were worthy, or you could demand, or you would never be selfish enough to turn down something, because then it would be ungrateful, or it would be that or nothing then maybe. This is very strong. And maybe you've done this with relationships, with love in your life. Never having, like, accepting people's faults that maybe you should not have had accepted. Allowing things to slide because, well, what if I never meet anyone else? What if no one else ever likes me, loves me, wants me? And this could be friend groups too, not just romantic love. People pleasing, going above and beyond for people, because then you kind of stay in their good graces because of what you do for them. Ingratiating yourself to people that, to be honest, don't deserve you in their life. But you don't see it that way. You don't think that you deserve someone like them in your life. All right. And I think this fairy is telling you, you deserve more, and I'm finding you more, and I'm leading you to more. So tap in, hone in on all of your instincts, all of your intuition, all of your gifts that are burgeoning. Tap into all of them, because you're going to be getting beautiful gifts coming your way. And I definitely think they're in love. I think you are my love reading. You are my love reading. What's underneath there? Oh, we have the 3 of Pentacles. You are being brought together with people that will support you, that will help you grow, that will empower you, that will see your gifts, that will applaud you, that will see you as essential in their life, see you as wondrous in their life. You are being led to your soul group. You're being led to your soul tribe. You're being led to those that appreciate you for the amazing person that you are. That's amazing. And this is them foretelling you through this reading this. And I definitely think it's going to be happening by the end of this year. The holiday season with the holly and berries. That's a mistletoe. What else do we have? Underneath this deck, we have Enchanted Doll. Haunted by the past, playing with danger, trying to control others. Make peace with the past. Yes. Maybe all of your shadow work that you've been doing is finally making enough peace, healing you to a point of true growth in your love relationships. But it all comes down again, self-love, self-worth. Now I'm seeing this as a looking glass with this crystal ball and the 3 crystals. Could this be you doing really, really good shadow work, extensive shadow work, and having had some really good breakthroughs, catapulting you to this next level, to this upgraded frequency where you can call in those that will love you the way that you should be loved. Call in your higher self to the forefront. You know, I just want to make mention, there are 3 crystals on here. This could mean that you are working with crystals, and that's wonderful. But if you aren't, you may want to look into crystals that help with protection, with building love in your environment, with cleansing. Absolutely. I think that's something you should do. I feel like you're a highly mystical bunch. And if you are channeling and working through a lot of shadow work, I really feel like you need a lot of cleansing at this time. And surround yourself with a different frequency. And crystals have that. Underneath that, we have Spell Weaver. Empowered to change what isn't working, able to see what others cannot, defying conventions. Some of you may be working in spell work, looking into witchcraft, working with the elements, working with Gaia, working with the fairies. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. Green witch. Yeah. Just don't forget the healing, the true healing that needs to be done in addition to sometimes glamour magic. I just needed to put that out there. All right. This is exciting. All right. In the bottom of this deck, we have Plague Doctor. Okay, this is breaking at a couple places I'm going to take a look at. This is you going into areas that no one else goes into, right? The Plague Doctors found ways through masking and other ways to reach areas that were dangerous, that could injure them, that could make them ill. And I think this is what you've been doing with shadow work. I mean, this could say shadow doctor. I think this is what you've been doing. I think you've been delving deep. I think you've been going into areas that have been toxic in your life, especially in your memories. And I think you've been reaching core memories. I think you've been extracting. That's a good one. You've been extracting fragments of your past that no longer serve you, and you've been disempowering them. This is breaking there, and this is embalming fluid. Oh, he's got, you're no longer preserving the past. You're no longer preserving the past. You're letting things wither. You're letting things take its natural course. And last one, bear. This is the strength card all over again. This is showing your ability and dexterity to survive. You may have been in hibernation for a while, but you're no longer in hibernation. It's like you are out in the open, ready to tackle what comes your way. If the bear is a person, it could be a female figure in your home, a mother type archetype in your life. This could be a mother wound that you're addressing. But what I do know is that you have the strength to get through it all. And you have been doing it. You have been rising and ascending all on your own merit. You've been working and plotting and doing and processing. And we can't leave out integration, because without integration, we're not going to be anywhere. Amazing, guys. Amazing. So let's take a look at the cards. We have winding ascent. What did I say? That you've been ascending? Take steps with intention, finding direction, moving through different phases, uncharted territory. This is what you've been doing. Everything I just said right now, thank you. Crystal ball again. All right, there's clairvoyance here. There is. There's scrying. A lot of you may work with crystal balls or have the intention to start. But for me, it's clairvoyance. No matter how it comes to you. It's you having your hand out and seeing people in your hand through the flames underneath that dome, that glass dome. And I think that maybe at times you've even doubted what you've been seeing or feeling and experiencing in your mind's eye. But I think you can no longer do that anymore because it's very prevalent. I think it's very prevalent. And I think that your intuition and that knowing within you is activated. And you see the synchronicities time and time again. And you're like, holy moly, I'm being spoken to. I am being shown things. And you can't deny that anymore. That's really cool. And then we have shovel. This is your tool. You've been digging deep. This is what you've been doing. You've been digging deep. A lot of shadow work here. I now understand that. I'm really impressed. I would love to hear from you guys. This is amazing. And then we have the Page of Swords and the Fool. And what you've unearthed is leading you to this new beginning of who you are. But I just want to say, this Page of Swords is the fairy that is like this way and you're gonna follow. It's taking you to this new beginning. It is. It's double-pronged here. It's taking you to something joyous, and all because they love you. And if that I love you is not the fairy, which they absolutely do love you, but if it's not the fairies, it's your ancestors working through them. It's your guides, it's your angels, and they're just like telling you, we love you so much. We're there with you. And maybe you haven't been acknowledging it as much because you kind of been weirded out by everything that's going on around you, maybe. Or you necessarily don't believe it all the time. I acknowledge them. Yeah. They do love you. And they are planting seeds in your brain every single day. They're giving you downloads all day long. And they're extremely patient with you. They know that you're a page of swords. They know that you are building this craft. They know that you are honing these skills. But they also do want to let you know it's leading to this new beginning of who you are. It's leading to a version of you that you've never been before. A more fulfilled, integrated, satisfied, complete version of yourself that you've never been before. And it's so beautiful. So group 3, the universe is telling you that you're on path. You're on the path. Don't doubt it. You are on the path and you are moving on this path. The fairy is guiding you. And this is all from the love that you are showing yourself through your shadow work, through your introspection, through your own healing. And they're with you every single step of the way. There is no question. You are very blessed. And I think that you know that. It's a long road, but you are at a very magical turning point on that road. So enjoy it. It's a beautiful moment to be in when the world and all of existence opens up to you and welcomes you with arms wide open. All my love, always. Bye.